Governor Huckabee, thank you for speaking with us.
You're very welcome. Delighted to.
You arrived here in Israel yesterday and had an unusual choice for your event, for your fundraising event that took place in the West Bank settlement of Shiloh. And your positions regarding Israeli sovereignty of Judea and Samaria, as you call it, are at odds with the traditional U.S. position, even of Republican administrations. Would you change that if you were elected president?
It's a position that I've had for all the time I've been coming to Israel. A position that I guess probably first had when I was just a teenager coming here 42 years ago. Certainly one that I haven't changed, and one that I have no reason to change. I have great respect for the boundaries that the nation of Israel has, and I think those are reasonable boundaries. And as far as going to Shiloh as if it was some provocative event, it was not for me. It was a very normal, natural thing. I regularly go into Judea and Samaria when I come to Israel. Never think of it as controversial. I think of it as an affirmation of my respect for the people of Israel.
And of course, a big topic on this visit has been the Iran deal. And your remarks last month regarding Obama and pushing Israel into the oven has caused quite a controversy. I want to ask you, though, what do you think about people who support the deal, people who came out in favor of the deal? If we're talking about senators or if we're talking about the Jewish community, are they also pushing Israel into the oven?
Well, let me be very clear. I never said that Obama was pushing people into an oven. What I said was that this deal would lead Israel to the oven door. Now, what I did was take language that the Iranians have used. I want to remind people, the Iranians denied that there was a Holocaust. They've said that openly at the United Nations, for heaven's sakes. And yet, their officials have said, and I quote, "We have developed missiles that will deliver Israel to the Holocaust." So those are their words. That's their commitment. They've consistently, for 36 years under this regime, said they would wipe Israel off the face of the map. That's what they've threatened. So I never said that the president was going to do it, but I said that these policies will give them the desire to do it. And I think it's a very dangerous place for the world to be when we start trusting a terrorist nation that has funded Hamas, Hezbollah, that has built many of the IEDs that have killed American soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan. It's a dangerous place when we put any power and money in the hands of a government that financed the bombing of over 200 Marines in Lebanon. This is a rogue state, a rogue nation. I was here last August when the Iranian-financed Hamas rockets were firing out of Gaza, indiscriminately aimed toward civilian population, hopefully to kill children and innocent people in Israel. This is not a government anybody should trust. You shouldn't sit at the table with people who have acted in such a barbaric way and say, we think if we give you money and give you weapons, that you'll suddenly start behaving. There's no basis to believe that.
I want to touch another topic, a more internal American topic. You voiced a very harsh position regarding abortions recently, and most of your fellow candidates in the Republican Party have similar positions. Are you not concerned this might drive women voters away?
Not at all. I mean, increasingly people in America are pro-life. Over the past few years, the interesting fact is more Americans identify as pro-life than not, and because younger women are more pro-life than their mothers and grandmothers. And science has had a lot to do with that, the sonograms, the fact that we know more about the origins of life because of DNA, and when a person really has that imprint of who they are. And I think increasingly people are beginning to act and understand, maybe enhanced by some of the horrible videos people have seen from Planned Parenthood, that this is not the kind of behavior that civilized people carry out to destroy and then sell the body parts of an unborn child.
So you're not willing to accept abortions under any circumstances?
I believe in life. It's simple as that. I believe the respect of life. I think it doesn't matter if it's a life in the womb or if it's a life of an 8-year-old child who's living under a bridge because he's homeless, or if it's a life of an 80-year-old person in a long-term care center. I revere, respect, and honor life, and I think it's what makes a civilized people truly civilized.
And last question, the Israel stop has basically become a must stop for almost every Republican presidential hopeful. Do you think this will help you in the polls?
You know, I didn't come here because of polling information. A lot of Republicans most likely will show up and make their obligatory visit to Israel. That's fine. But for me, this is one of dozens and dozens of visits that I've made over 42 years. I was here 3 times last year. I've been here twice this year. So I don't think anybody who knows me and my record and relationship with Israel thinks that Mike Huckabee showing up in Israel to come over and check the box and wave at the Israelis and say, yes, I support Israel. I expect you'll see Republicans do that, but when they can demonstrate that they have had the depth of relationship that I've had, then maybe they can have that same credibility.
Governor Huckabee, thank you very much.
Thank you.